Hey, what's up? This is Dashi, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can get a very extremely overpowered FPS boost. So the first thing I want you guys to do is get a client if you don't already have one. A client is going to maximize your FPS without you noticing it. Yeah, I recommend Lunar Client or Battle Client. There's many more clients, but the most popular ones are those two. So I use Lunar Client, which in my opinion is better, and you can see me zooming here, which is one of the things you can do with Lunar Client, and I think also with Battle Client. So here's how you can download it. You can do the same thing but with Battle Client. So you want to go to lunarclient.com or Battle Client. Then what you guys want to do is you want to go down there and click on download. But as you guys can see, you can get more than 2 times boosted frames. It has multi-OS support, and you only need one download. So just gotta click on Windows download and all those, and that's how you do it. Now, the second thing you guys want to do is know how to use Lunar Client. Lunar Client can sometimes be a little bit complicated since they have a lot, and I mean like a lot of settings to turn on and to turn off. And with Lunar Client, I don't know if it's just me, but I felt like I got a lot more FPS. So you don't want to be sliding this allocated memory all the way to 515. What you guys really want to do is just keep it at around 1/3 of your memory. I keep it at 3.5. You guys can do 4.5. It doesn't really matter. I suggest you keep it at 454 by the default. And yeah, that will give you a lot more FPS, but it's not going to feel as good. So I suggest you stay with the FPS friendly one. Then you guys can go to servers. There's like all the servers you can play on. There's a lot of stuff there. There's Store Lunar Client, which Battle Client also has. You guys can then launch your thing, but before that I want you guys to make sure that you're using version 1.8, because I think you have more texture pack options in that one, and that way with more texture pack options you can easily get more FPS. If you use 1.17 or 1.16 you might get a lot of lags, so just try to stay with 1.8. And if you guys didn't know already, 1.8 is the same as 1.8.9, so just yeah. As you can see in the top left, it says Lunar Client 1.8. This Mojang is loading up, and now we're in Lunar Client. One thing that's really going to be helpful here is the settings. So it comes up, go to the settings, which I will be explaining shortly. But first you want to go to the Lunar settings, go to settings, and make sure to check off everything that you really don't need. Like, I don't need this scrollable tool tips, but I like a lot of particles, so I keep that on. Name tag mod, you really don't need. It doesn't do anything. You want to have everything that you really don't need off. I'm going to be skipping over to the Minecraft settings, in-game settings that you need to have on, so these are them. So first things first, just go into your escape options, the video settings. As you can see, I use these texture packs. These are really gonna help when you are doing some gaming. It's gonna boost your performance, or you can get some really high res ones that will make it worse. You wanna have graphics on your fast, smooth lighting off. You want to have your render distance at around 8. If you want maximized, put it at 2. Max frame rate, keep it at 240, because if you guys have a high hertz monitor, just keep it at 240. That's all you really need. You want to keep bobbing off for the most frames. VBO's on, it is very effective, so make sure to keep that on. You want to go to brightness, make sure it's bright. Dynamic lights, make sure it's fast. And you can keep your shadows all the way off, which is the smooth lighting level, but it looks weird, so I keep it 100%. Yeah. So the next thing that I want to tell you guys about is the map. You guys really need to keep that to the nearest because that gives a lot of FPS. Natural textures off. All of these things that you really don't need off. Make sure to have anti-aliasing off because that relates to shaders, and shaders is really going to dramatically decrease the FPS. So we're just gonna go over to the performance. Smooth FPS on if you wanna have a stable amount of FPS, so that your FPS doesn't go from 200 to 100. It really doesn't matter though. I keep it at off because my FPS is already stable enough going at 240, and like I said earlier, I get a good 700 FPS consistently. Use renderings off. Try not to use it if you have an integrated card. Fast math is really going to help. Smooth world off. Smooth world will cause your world not to load that well. Yeah. So you guys want to click done. Make sure all of this as I showed. All of this is like that. Clicked. A lot of this super secret settings. This I think that's only for Lunar Client. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but you can just click on done now. Back to game. There's a lot of other options, but you can just click back to game, and you will get everything that you actually really need. The next thing I want to show you guys is how you can just quickly get the best FPS. If you're on a laptop, this only works if you're on a laptop. So you can go to your laptop, and I have the Owen 15 laptop, so you can just quickly go on that. Then you guys want to go to performance control. Make sure it's performance. Go to graphics switcher and make sure you have the discrete credit card on, so that you have the best settings for gaming and credit creation. Yeah, so now we're gonna go to Nvidia control panel, and in control panel you just want to click on the display. You guys can change your resolution to whatever you like, but I really suggest you stay at HD because Lunar Client will just make it go back to your 864 by 480 if you have that at default. Don't create a custom resolution, please don't. You want to go to adjust image settings with preview. Click on that. Then you want to make sure it's use my preference emphasizing. You will not be able to move it if you don't click on it yet, so just click on that. Do not let the 3D application decide. Go to performance. If you want really high FPS, do that. I use balance because it doesn't look garbage, and I don't use quality because it just makes my FPS worse. So I stay at balanced. Yeah guys, that's really it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helps. Please comment if this helped. Yeah, bye.